my emotions, I had the craziest thoughts. I feel like I'm in mourning of the life I thought that I was gonna have, and I'm kind of pissed at myself. I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career, and
which, by the way, this woman goes on to reveal the fact that
oh shit, here we go again.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we have an absolute banger for you guys here today. This is an absolutely hilarious video of a 47-year-old woman who is starting over. So she got married to a dude, the man became a millionaire, and in this woman's infinite wisdom, she decided to divorce him. And now she regrets it. Now she's abandoned her family. She's got no money, and she views it, okay, get this, she couldn't get money at the end of it, so she thought it was really unfair on her. So let's just jump right into today's video. As always, guys, don't forget to go and subscribe to Lock the Bounty Hunter for sending us today's clip to cringe at. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment, so when you guys go and leave your comments, make sure you check out his channel. And without further ado, let's take a listen to this woman's life woes.
hey, it's Jenna, recently divorced, 47, and giving tips and asking questions about this new life after divorce. And I don't know, I'm in a different stage today. Honestly, I literally have been having a great week, amazing week, and then all of a sudden today, my emotions, I had the craziest thoughts, and I wonder, does anybody else feel this way? Like, I feel like I'm in mourning of the life I thought that I was gonna have.
Okay, so this week, it's finally dawned on you that you made an absolutely terrible decision. Okay, and notice how she says, this is the first thing she says, I feel like I'm in mourning of the life that I thought I was going to have. Let me move this up here. Okay, so she's not mourning the loss of her family, being apart from her kids, or she's not mourning the loss of the relationship with the guy. She is sad because she misses out on the life that she thought that she was going to have. You see, a lot of these women, they get married not because they actually care about the man, not because they have family first values, but because they want to get that meal ticket at the end. Okay, they want to get that lifestyle, the Gucci bags, or at least the security. And when that gets ripped out from underneath them, all of a sudden it's really unfair, it's oppressive, men suck. But just notice this framing, right? We haven't said anything about losing the family or anything about losing the man. It's all about the life that she thought that she was going to have. Let's keep going.
And I'm kind of pissed at myself. I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career and everything, and we literally just got to where it was supposed to be.
Okay, let me pause you right there, madam. I hear this thing a lot of like, oh yeah, I was with this guy for X amount of years and I helped him build his career. I highly doubt that. In a lot of these situations, like these women, they think, oh yeah, I helped him with his career. The guy probably would have been a lot better off had he just done it all by himself. He probably would have been less distracted. He probably would have gotten a lot further. But what happens is you have girls like this who get into a relationship with this man and they think that somehow their emotional support or their emotional labor is the word that's been floating around these days, somehow got him over that line to be a millionaire. And because she was there for him spiritually, she now deserves, you know, some money and some payout for being there. Which, by the way, this woman goes on to reveal the fact that, you know, by virtue of the fact that she was with him, she actually got to quit her job. So she got the comfy, she didn't have to do anything, you see, but she's trying to nestle her way in here as if she did something to help this guy build up his career. I never buy this crap. I think personally that the men who are in these situations probably would have been a lot better off without women like this.
Everything we dreamed of, like owned a company, making, you know, almost $1 million. And that was my breaking point. And I left it all.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
Like, left it all. And I'm not a person that is about money, and I'm not a person who feels like they have to have like labels and name brands and all that stuff. But I really have found that, like, I've kind of been in mourning of the, like, oh my gosh, like, I gave it all up. And I don't have a traditional career. I'm a photographer that in my marriage, it was made to be a hobby. I never could outdo my other. I had to drop everything, you know, to keep up with the family, for their needs, to make sure everything built in their career, their business, all that. So
okay, so let's talk about this. So this woman got with this dude who was on the path to be successful, right? It's his company, it seems. And she was a struggling photographer. She could never outdo him. I sincerely doubt a lot of these people who are photographers. I doubt that she earned an actual living off of this one, where she was able to support herself and the family and whatever. So this dude was severely out-earning her. So she got the luxury of quitting her job to be a stay-at-home mother. Right? This guy could have hired a nanny, who could have hired someone to look after the children. Okay, but this woman literally did not have to work, and now she gets to be a stay-at-home mother. And she's trying to frame it as though, oh, she built his career, and I'm so family-oriented. You're not family-oriented. You got to stop working. If you were family, get this, okay? We're gonna take the position that we are family-oriented, and that we did what was, you know, in the best needs of the family. But how's this for best needs of the children and best needs of the family? We left the 23-year marriage anyway. Right? So if you're going to have this argument of like, oh, I'm family oriented and I just want to put my husband's business first and I'm a good person. Okay, why did we leave the marriage then? And we'll get to that later. It's absolutely hilarious.
I had to drop everything, you know, to keep up with the family, for their needs, to make sure everything built in their career, their business, all that. So it wasn't like I had a 9-to-5 where I got 401, where I got steady income, all that. Yes, I market the crap out of my business. Yes, I'm an amazing photographer. And yes, I have so many amazing clients that are great.
Translation: she was broke, the dude had the money, so she quit her stupid little side hustle thing that she had going on because it wasn't going anywhere anyway, and by virtue of that fact, she feels as though she's entitled to the money that he earned building up his company. Because she was a stay-at-home mother, which again, this guy in all likelihood probably could have hired a nanny or done it himself and still made more money without this woman, in my opinion.
But the reality was, like, everything was around my family. So when I chose to leave, I gave it all up, like, all up. And most people are like, oh, well, you know, you should have got your end in court. No, South Carolina has some crazy, crazy rules. And
wait, you mean to tell me that it's crazy that you weren't able to walk away with half of his crap? Oh, let me just bust out the world's smallest violin for you, madam. I simply don't care. You know what these marriage laws are? They are a scam. Okay? The marriage industry, and I call it an industry, capitalizes off of men. It makes money off of men. I feel no sympathy that you walked away from this situation with the inability to take this man for a significant amount, if not all of his net worth. That's not crazy rules. That's how it should be. You shouldn't be able to walk away and say, oh, I helped him build up his career. Outright lie, in my opinion. And take half of his crap and take the kids and walk away. Okay, but this is, you know, for every situation like this, okay, this is good news for the man that she wasn't able to just take him for all of his crap. But, you know, a lot of women are able to do that. Notice how she phrases this. Oh, it's crazy that I couldn't walk away with his things, and the divorce laws, you know, I didn't get my end in court. You didn't deserve any end. And she goes on, excuse me, in a second here to say why she feels as though that might be the case. It's funny, right? She's framing herself as a family-orientated person who sacrificed everything to make it her husband's business work, when really she had a hobby of photography. She got to quit that and just stay at home, and now she wants half of his crap. Hilarious. This is what happens. 47 years old, starting over. You know, you're strong and independent, ma'am. You are capable, you are able, and I'm confident that you will be able to go out there and be a boss babe queen and build up your own company. Surely, right?
I came out of a situation where I had been mentally, financially abused for 23 years. Like, I was gaslit for so long that when I finally left, I had no clue that the worst was yet to come in the 1 year of separation. And
okay, so let's talk about this. This woman says that she was financially abused and emotionally abused. In other words, things which she has no proof for. And I'm sorry, guys, we have reached a point in society where it is no longer, you know, it's not believe all women. I don't believe any of these people. If you come out here and you say, oh, my ex-husband, he was a narcissist and he treated me so terribly, I'm sorry, don't believe you. Until you have very, very solid proof, I don't believe all women. I don't believe anybody. If you want to come on here and trash talk your ex-wife, ex-husband, I don't really care who. I don't believe people without evidence. Like, it's just absolutely not happening. And you know what? The whole womanism movement got set back a little bit because a lot of other people are thinking the same these days. You know, we saw Amber Turd take Johnny Depp, and, you know, it just made him look crazy, to be honest. Because a lot of these women, what they're doing is they're lying, painting themselves as the victim. And you know what? This actually damages the women who are genuine victims, you know, who are victims of, like, DV, shall we say, and terrible things that genuinely happen. You know, a lot of these girls get drowned out by the noise of all the women who are lying through their teeth because they felt that they got the short end of the stick when they couldn't get their husband's money that they didn't deserve anyway. So, too bad, so sad. Let's keep going.
for 23 years, like, I was gaslit for so long that when I finally left, I had no clue that the worst was yet to come in the 1 year of separation. And so it's weird because I find that I just thought today for a split second, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I thought, I should have just stayed. I should have stayed. It wasn't that bad. Like, you made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your kids are like college and one's almost out of high school. Like, you made it. You made it. Like, it didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. And I literally just called my friend and I was like,
before we jump into this next part here, right, she chose to give it all up, and we have the I hope they're real tears, right? You know, but usually when people record these videos, it's just fake crocodile tears for sympathy. But, you know, I kind of hope she's really crying under there. It brings a bit of a grin to my face, okay? But again, she's not actually sad about, you know, losing her family, or splitting up her family, rather, or losing the relationship with the person who is supposed to be the love of her life, you know, till death do us part. It's the fact that now we lose access to the houses, we lose the access to the ability to relax and do whatever the hell it is that you want, right? So you got to take the passenger seat. This kind of reminds me of like a video game, right? You ever run, I don't know, like video game dungeons, okay, guys? Or like, you know, you do a playthrough of something and there's always that one person on the team who does absolutely nothing. Kind of like group projects back in school, right? There was always that person that did absolutely nothing. But still manages to get their backside carried through the entire damn thing. This is this woman right here. You know, got to sit there, be the stay-at-home mother, chill, didn't have to work, right? But couldn't even manage that. Couldn't even manage just staying in the successful relationship and family that she had. And I'm sorry, again, I don't believe these things. Oh, she was emotionally abused. She was financially abused. Hey, you're strong and capable. Why didn't you leave earlier? If he was such a terrible man, why did you have kids with him? Number one. Number two, why didn't you leave earlier? And number three, you're able-bodied. Why don't you go out there and, you know, restart your photography business and be on your merry way? You see how all of this, it doesn't make sense when you start thinking about things logically, like nothing really lines up.
Do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. And I literally just called my friend and I was like freaking out because like I'm the biggest person that keeps me back.
While you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe to me and our fellow Fiend Gang members. You can find their channels linked in the video description. If you like my videos, make sure you go check out Warg the Detective, Hidan the Mummy, and Locke the Bounty Hunter, and subscribe to their channels in the description down below. Now back to the video.
Like, I'm terrified. I don't have 401k. My counsel did not have my back. I was so traumatized when I got out and then terrorized for the next year that I couldn't even think straight to help the people that wanted to help me, and the people I entrusted to help me didn't help me.
I'm such a victim, guys. I broke up my family of my marriage of 23 years, my relationship, excuse me, of 26 years. I tried to take my ex-husband for all of his money, despite, contributing bugger all financially. And I'm the victim because the council didn't have my back, i.e. the government wouldn't rob the man for me. And nobody, I'm 47 and I'm starting my life over. All I'm hearing is a fantastic story. I don't, and when I say that, okay, it's fantastic that this woman has to go back out here and return to the streets, but I genuinely do have empathy for, in all likelihood, the husband, but also the children. Okay, I know that this woman's children are older, but these people, it's always about me, right? It's always about the situation that they're in, and it seems to me that a lot of these women who make these particular videos, they're not actually considering their children, which is just the most ridiculous thing to me. Okay, like, man, a lot of these people, I'm just going to straight up say it, shouldn't be having families at all. Like, they clearly don't care about their kids. They don't care about their family. They don't care about the morals and values that are supposed to go along with at least traditional marriage. And now here we are crying and complaining in our car, which, is pretty funny, to be honest. It makes good content for the channel, so I can't really complain.
To help the people that wanted to help me, and the people I entrusted to help me didn't help me. And there's just timelines that you can't stop, and so it is what it is. And I'm 47 years old, and it's not like I'm 25. I'm healthy, kinda. I have an autoimmune disease, which means it's life-threatening for the rest of my life. Things can change.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Last 25 seconds. Okay, this whole video has been painting herself as a victim, but I'm a victim. I'm a victim. And also, this is a funny point. She says, I'm 47 now, I'm not 25. And she's probably going to talk about, labor and work in a second here. But that also has some more implications, right? If you're a 47-year-old woman and you find yourself in this predicament, you should have cashed out a long time ago, so to speak, right? You're no longer, she's right, she's no longer that 25-year-old woman who has access to the type of men that she did when she was 25. And, things are looking a little bit grim, right? It's getting dark outside. You need to find a place to live. You need to set up your life somewhere. And you're 47 years of age and you're starting over. Oh, man. Some things just write themselves, don't they? Like, I tell you what, some of these videos, guys, they make me grin like my character model on the left here.
But it's not like I'm an invalid and can't do anything for myself. But it is terrifying. Like, I could have stayed. I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so much easier. I could have just gone and done whatever I wanted. Kind of. I mean, I say that, and then I think as I say that, I'm like, but you couldn't. It's like so weird that my brain thinks that way. And I called my girlfriend and I told her, I was like, I probably should have just stayed. I should have just stayed. It wasn't that bad. And she just started, she's like, Jenna, what are you talking about? Like, literally. They were horrible to you. They told you to shut up. They told you not to breathe, not to eat. Every little part of your life, every day you were miserable and you were crying. You are not remembering that.
Okay, so this is the big revealer in the story here. Okay, so we have here the best friend who has gone ahead and tried to sabotage this woman's relationship, and in this woman's infinite wisdom, she decided to listen to the best friend. Okay, or the friend that she had. This is the funny thing, okay? A lot of women who are like in long-term relationships, or they have like a successful family or something like that going, and the husband's successful or whatever, they will have friends who are secretly really jealous. and they will try and sabotage their friends' relationships by saying, oh, girl, you know, why don't you just leave him? He's a terrible guy. You're upset all the time, and you should just leave him, and you'll be better off without him. Okay, and you know, oh, this guy over here, he'd be so much better for you. And at the end of the day, these are single women trying to keep other women single because they're jealous. I guarantee you, right, if you're one of the 6 women watching this channel and you've ever had, you know, a long-term successful relationship, you've probably had some girlfriends or associates try and at least sabotage that relationship a few times because they were jealous of what you had. Okay, and this is what happens, especially in the year 2023. A lot of these women are unable to keep their own successful relationships. They see a woman who actually has something going on in her life. She's building a family, you know, something traditional, and they get really envious and they say, you know, you're too good for him, girl. He treats you terribly and I don't know, this guy is apparently, right, she was told to like shut up and stop eating. Like, notice how like this makes absolutely no sense. Like, who on earth says these things? Right? Clearly just no context whatsoever, no understanding of what's going on here. She's just basically saying he's a horrible man, and we don't get any actual evidence or anything that makes sense out of it. But the friend tells her to leave. This is really genius. Let's run it back here too.
I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so much easier.
Again, right? The first thing that we care about is how easy my life is. It's, again, not about the family, not about the husband, not about the kids. Okay, it's about how easy her life would be if she stayed. This is the problem that a lot of guys like really run into. Is like they say, well, what's the point? When a lot of these women they're not there because they love you in a lot of these instances, right? You know, a lot of these women, they're not actually getting married because they care about the guy or because they want to be there till death do you part, right? And follow the traditional vows. A lot of them are going in there and saying, well, I can do this and I can go into this marriage for some security and to have stability in my life. And then meanwhile, maybe, you know, sneak out with the fun guy or whatever the case may be. And so a lot of guys look at this and they say, you know what? I'm not getting married. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in risking my assets. And, you know, if she's not there for that, then hey, she can deal with that or she can, you know, go to the curb.
I could have just gone and done whatever I wanted, kind of. I mean, I say that, and then I think as I say that, I'm like, but you couldn't. It's like so weird that my brain thinks that way. And I called my girlfriend and I told her, I was like, I probably should have just stayed.
And did you guys catch that? She says, you know, I wanted to go do whatever I wanted to do. In other words, we wanted to go and have fun with random guys in random locations and go traveling with no accountability whatsoever to her family or to her husband. You see, we want all of the benefits. Get this, right? We want all of the benefits for being in the marriage, but we want none of the responsibility of actually being in the marriage. And these are the same women that wonder why, you know, where are all of the good men? Why don't men want to marry me anymore? Meanwhile, she started her life when she's restarted, excuse me, her life when she is 47 years of age. Absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. But guys, we are going to make a part 2 out of this video because this video has a further like 5 minutes remaining, and to me it's just absolutely hilarious. So we're going to be doing a part 2 on this woman. As always, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Lock the Bounty Hunter, and I will see you guys all in the next episode. Peace.